So before the video starts, I would like to give a shout out to Trent Stevenson. This person gave me a bunch of sins to expose, though I didn't use all, he gave out some damn good one. And because of that, it revealed even more sins. I'm sure everybody is grateful for that since it made the length of this video even longer. I welcome anyone who would like to give some help for the following games I'll be sending. With that said, enjoy the video everybody. So here we have Raiden torturing Shinnok. He's trying to kill Shinnok when he knows it's useless. Elder gods are impossible to kill, and yet Raiden continues to try. This is more useless than Maggie Carp in Pokemon.
Me, Raiden. Our battle changed you. For the better.
Oh no, you're only shooting 300 million volts on Shinnok. Mind you, Raiden has the amulet, which only adds more power to Raiden's abilities. It's not like it wouldn't do more than tickle Shinnok. If you're going to electrocute the shit out of him, don't expect him not to react to the pain.
I will destroy our enemies before they destroy us, starting with you.
Oh, Raiden. Not even you can kill an Elder God.
There are fates worse than death. I will deliver you to Liu Kang and your Netherrealm minions. You will serve as warning and an emblem of my wrath.
So if you're gonna do that, why waste time? Why leave Shinnok on his own? Sure, his head is detached from his body, therefore he's unable to do anything. But the sin here is that Raiden leaves because the plot demands Chronicle to give Shinnok a short visit.
This was not your destiny, Shinnok. Once again, the Thunder God has upset the balance of history. But know this. The arc of the universe bends to my will. It is only a matter of time.
Chronicle, you have the power to reverse time. Why didn't you reverse time now? That way, you could have stopped Raiden from beheading Shinnok. Reminding the player what game they're playing, I see.
Sergeant Cage, step forward. Your leadership and warfighting ability have earned you promotion to commander. But there are no family favors here. By Special Forces tradition, you still have to pass one last test.
I need to kick the CO's ass, ma'am. Your ass, ma'am.
In order for Cassie to be promoted to commander, she has to fight the one in charge, her mother. Netherrealm, you guys should know that this isn't how the military works. That's how Outworld works. But there's a difference between these two realms.
All right then, Sergeant. Let's see if you can take me.
Sonya, she took down the full power version of Shinnok when you got manhandled by the Revenant version of Jax.
What's the target?
Buried deep beneath Liu Kang and Katana's castle is the Cathedral of Shinnok, the seat of their power. Destroy it, and their undead army will fall, removing its threat to Earthrealm.
Aren't your powers weaker in the Netherrealm?
Yes, but I will have sufficient strength to occupy the undead army.
That'll buy us enough time to infiltrate the cathedral, destroy it from the inside.
We get pinned down in there, there's no way out.
To ensure Earthrealm's survival, we must all be willing to sacrifice.
Well, yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're immortal. You lived for millions of years. You can be killed like any regular human, but the main difference between you and a mortal is the fact that you will come back. A mortal doesn't come back.
I know loss, Johnny Cage.
Raiden's right, Johnny. We're not ready for another war. We've got to take out NetherRealm's army now, before Liu Kang can bring it here.
You know, that sounds like a smart strategy. Destroy the inside to win the war, but the fact that Sonya and Cassie only needed about 30 men, including Jackie, to take down the entire NetherRealm army is most definitely a sin.
Should Raiden get this far, eliminate him.
If Raiden gets that far, that would mean he dealt with the hundreds of thousands of demons outside the cathedral. Tell me, what the hell would this little amount of demons do compared to the amount that's outside? So how can you kill someone who's already been killed? What kind of sense does that make? They're already dead. Mortal Kombat logic.
Move! Charges on every column!
So everyone here has a bomb to place on the wall. The fact that Sonya and these other soldiers wasted so much time planting these bombs when they're placing them quickly on the pillars just screams plot demands.
You lose as fast as you run.
Said it before, and I'll say it again. Cassie is definitely her father's daughter. She has the stupidest lines when she speaks her last words to justify her W.
Where's Jade?
She bailed. Getting help, I'm sure.
Jackie, letting Jade go was the dumbest move you could have done. Had you stopped her, she wouldn't have been able to get Liu Kang and Katana. Yes, the demon got in your way, but you killed that demon fairly quickly. You had time to stop Jade. This part makes me question if NetherRealm Studios has any gun knowledge at all. Cassie definitely shot over 20 bullets from each pistol, and these rifles never ran out either. This isn't how guns work, NetherRealm.
General? General!
Liu Kang was right in the middle of that entrance. How didn't Cassie see Liu Kang anywhere until he popped out of nowhere?
How the Chosen One has fallen. Raiden's right. Whatever Shinnok did to you, you're a lost cause.
Fine.
Why does everybody keep blaming Shinnok? His soul was corrupted by Quan Chi. Maybe NetherRealm Studios forgot their own story. I mean, that would make more sense why Takeda and Jin weren't in this game.
General, can you hear me?
General! Mom! I'm here, Cass. Hang tight, we'll get you guys out. They're gone. Cass.
So the whole room fell on every single one of them, including Sonya. I find it hilarious that Sonya didn't only survive it, but she is able to speak while being crushed by thousands of pounds of giant rocks. And lastly, she's able to detonate the bombs. I mean, you can clearly see her arm was not placed there before, but the next time we see Sonya, she'll have the detonator in place. After 300 bullets, that gun finally ran out. Seems as if it has a mind of its own. You want to see what kind of plot armor NetherRealm Studios gives to special forces? They're running through an army of these demons, and for some reason, some of them aren't actually running to kill these special forces. They're just standing still.
The two of you have felt that pain most acutely.
What can be done? The past is the past, is it not?
It need not be. I intend to wind time back to its beginning and restart history. But even with my vast power, I cannot create this new era alone.
How will this new era be different?
In many ways. But most importantly, there will be no Raiden.
How do we begin?
Chronica, I have a question. Where were you when the cathedral collapsed? I haven't seen you help your allies when they are in need of your assistance. You manipulate everyone you ask to help you, but you never repay the favor.
For years you escaped my justice, sucked dry the bounty of Outworld's people. Today, your debt is paid.
Kill me, Kotal, and you lose profit.
You mistake me for Shao Kahn. I do not inflict bandits upon the poor.
Shao Kahn approved. His word was law.
Your master is dead. So is his law. Never again will Outworld suffer from his corruption.
Saving the character of interest in the nick of time cliche. So Scarlet came from the past to the present from this set. My question is, why is she here? She may have been a DLC character from MK9, but she wasn't even mentioned in the story. Everyone here is transported from the Colosseum right before Shao Kahn snapped Kung Lao's neck. I know I said this before, but it's very stupid how every character came out of the sand doing their signatures. It's like they were expecting to travel through time and be prepared for battle. That was not what Katana and Jade were wearing in the Colosseum. I get NetherRealm Studios wanted to please the toxic feminist community, but it just doesn't make sense to transport every character in the Colosseum with the same clothing except the women. Not that I'm salty about it, but Mortal Kombat was a game that never cared about politics. Hey Raiden, where's that amulet that you were wearing in MK9? Why haven't you mentioned it during this game? I'm a little confused about that right now.
Raiden? Shao Kahn?
General Kotal.
Kotal Kahn.
Khan, pathetic fool. You pretend to my throne.
It is mine, by right and deed. You were killed long ago, as was your repugnant spawn Melina.
We were at the Mortal Kombat tournament. Kung Lao had just defeated Shang Tsung and Quan Chi.
Speaking about the Deadly Alliance, where are they? Yes, later Shang Tsung will reveal that Chronicle casted him into a void, but why wasn't Quan Chi brought here?
This delusion.
If it is a delusion, it is one we all share. Is it possible that the past and future are colliding?
Katana, Baraka, Scarlet, all Outworld champions long since gone. If you have all returned,
I am here, Kotal.
NetherRealm Studios expects Mortal Kombat fans to not question the retcons as if it's not a nuisance. Throughout the entire MK9, no one even mentions Kotal Kahn. Her entire role was to be by Katana's side and get her stomach ripped out by Sindel in the end.
Custom requires all refugees be offered assistance. I offer it to you, Shao Kahn.
Do you not realize who you're talking to? You're offering assistance to someone who conquers and kills for power. One of Mortal Kombat's biggest villains. Someone who will show you no mercy. Yeah, that's a genius move. I did this in my previous video and I'll do it again. -1 cent for the fact that we got to see Shao Kahn versus Kotal Kahn. Shao Kahn, instead of running with that hammer, why don't you throw that hammer like you did to me in MK9? You spamming piece of shit. Saving the hero at the nick of time cliche. Didn't you threaten to kill Baraka if he continues to attack you?
Stupid Oshtek, destroying your future, crossing Shao Kahn.
It is you with no future, Baraka. Your Takatans are dead.
Impossible.
They allied with Melina against me. Persist, and you will die again.
You spare his life, yet later you will show no mercy to Takatans who did nothing to you.
orphan turned assassin.
Better to thrive in Shao Kahn's court than starve in the streets. You Oshtek may practice blood magic, Kotal, but I am the master.
Scarlet says she's the master, which she can definitely control her opponent's blood from within them. The sin here is that she doesn't immediately do that. She has the ability to do so, yet she gets her ass beat instead.
Devora is under my protection, Shao Kahn. As are you. I am Kronika.
The legends are true?
I am displeased with how history has unfolded.
So you broke time?
I stopped time. I enlist all those who disdain the current course of history. By merging past and present, we may draw upon allies from both eras.
Yeah, I find it very odd that you're unable to bring Shinnok to this era. You brought in Raiden, which replaced the current Red Lightning Raiden, but you can't bring in Shinnok. Wouldn't that replace the current decapitated Shinnok? NetherRealm Studios made so many plot holes to their best game that they keep rebooting the same franchise.
Commander?
Yes, Mom. I mean, General.
This is strange for me, too.
You have no idea.
What?
How do I say this? This morning, we were on a mission. And you gave your life to save it.
Son of a bitch. Seriously?
Ronda Rousey's acting skills are worse than the acting from a porn video from X videos. It's no wonder why she was fit to act in WWE. Are you seriously just now seeing the dead bodies on the steps? You two were walking right towards it. Aren't Shaolin supposed to be peaceful human beings? Avoid violence almost every time and choose a path of kindness over a path of hatred? Why are there so many booby traps that kill anyone who passes through?
Our plans require that you live.
Jade? What happened to you?
An untimely death. Like yours, due to Raiden's incompetence.
Now you see, Raiden is connected with Liu Kang and Kung Lao's death, though he wasn't at fault. Jade, on the other hand, had no connection with Raiden. It was Sindel who killed her. The fact that Jade blamed Raiden just shows how much of a liberal she is.
Is there any point to us asking you to put those back?
They said you'd come.
Who said? Who do you think, Kung Lao? Welcome to your future, courtesy of Raiden.
Our future may be tragic, but it's not Lord Raiden's fault. You've both been warped by Shinnok's evil.
Blaming Shinnok again when really it was Quan Chi.
Evil.
Shao Kahn snapped my neck in the arena. Raiden saw it coming and did nothing.
I would have defeated Shao Kahn, but Raiden wanted the glory. His lightning cut me down.
Is that so? Well, if you look at this, you can clearly see Kung Lao boosting his victory, facing his back towards Shao Kahn, giving him the chance to go for the kill. That was definitely Kung Lao's fault. Now, if you look at Liu's side, he was too angry and pissed off because Katana died. Raiden tried talking to Liu multiple times and Liu wouldn't listen and continued to fight Raiden. Liu got himself killed. Please explain to me how living Liu Kang is able to beat Revenant Liu Kang. Revenant Liu masters Shinnok's sorcery. He already died, so his body won't age, therefore he can only get better than his previous self.
You should have listened to your Revenant counterparts. With this power, Kronika will remake history.
That was easy.
Apparently, the monks never told Kung Lao that if it's too good to be true, it's not true.
It's dangerous to let them live.
If they die, their revenant selves will cease to exist. We need them to defend the keep.
Well, a smart villain would know that leaving them to continue their path to stop you would be a very dumb thing to do. Why didn't you hold them captive? It's common sense to me. Character standing like a plank waiting for their demise cliche. But honestly, how is it that this cyborg didn't detect any human heartbeats? Cyrex is supposed to be more advanced than these jabronis and he still doesn't detect any heartbeats.
We require additional candidates for cyberization.
Once delivered, how long before the next generation is ready?
It's this part right here that confuses me. Cyborgs are supposed to be stronger, faster, and smarter than any human. Here is Hanzo manhandling Cyrax. What's the point of being a cyborg when you're still as weak as a human?
The upgrade, Cyrax. Is this Kronika's doing? To better serve her, Sub-Zero. We defend Kronika as she rewrites history. So you're nothing but pawns?
And weren't they pawns from the beginning? To serve and protect the Grandmaster at all costs? That's why Cyrax refused to surrender his free will.
Can you restore him?
There's some frame damage. Circuitry looks good. Looks like someone did a software wipe. Fixing that won't come cheap.
Once he's repaired, can he be replicated? Hundreds of times. Thousands.
If NetherRealm Studios took their villains seriously, an army of these cyborgs initiative would be very alarming. But it seems they're as useless as Tarkans. One person will be taking down hundreds of these cyborgs. It's like Naruto cloning himself 1,000 times, but half of his clones will be obliterated with one swing.
Otherwise, who can you trust?
Well, no one in the right mind can trust you. But explain to me how you're able to fight after Kodokan completely destroyed your right shoulder blade. 2 cents here. Why is he looking for his phone under the couch? Also, how is Jax able to use a phone when his fingertips are made out of metal?
Come on.
In MK9, Sonya was able to contact someone from a different realm. Here on Earth realm, Jax is unable to reach his daughter only because the story demands that Jax get treated like shit so he can willingly join Kronika. Good job, Jax. Just break the only device that allows you to communicate with your daughter when she's far away.
When do we leave?
Your duty lies elsewhere, Princess. I need you to enlist Queen Shiva. Her support is critical against both Kronika and Shao Kahn.
Surely you can.
Queen Shiva does not trust me. No Shao Kahn has since my bloody battle with Goro.
Hold on, you killed Goro, the aggressive 4-armed giant. If you beat him, how the hell did you get your ass beat by not only Kun Jin, but also Jackie? I can somewhat understand Jin because he trained by the Shaolin monks, but Jackie?
Hold her.
Are you stupid? Jade actually tried to kill her past self. Is she not aware that if living Jade dies, Revenant Jade dies as well?
This is what I become.
Blame your loyalty to Katana.
So now you're blaming Katana. Didn't you tell Liu Kang that it was Raiden's fault that you were killed?
What happened to you?
An untimely death. Like yours, due to Raiden's incompetence.
So who's at fault here? Raiden or Katana?
Wish to survive? Tell us where to find Shao Kahn.
The fact that Devora lived after she confessed about Shao Kahn's location is a sin. What's to stop Koda from killing her for her betrayal? Oh, that's right. The senseless plot demands.
Line them up. Execute them.
Kotal! This is cruel. Many didn't fight us. They are children.
You forget. In my time, they joined Melina in rebellion against me.
These aren't the same Tarkatans, Kotal.
Jade, if you weren't aware of your surroundings, you literally ran through hanging skinned people. These Tarkatans are deadly and dangerous. They feed on people. You give them the chance to kill you, they will not hesitate to do so.
Your heart has hardened, Kotal.
I'm not surprised Jade beat Kotal. I mean, Kotal gets his ass beat by everybody. But what confuses me, when Kotal ran to fight Shao Kahn, we saw him body slamming Jade, which leads to my next question. If Kotal's on par with Shao Kahn, but Jade gets embarrassed by Shao Kahn, how is she able to beat Kotal?
Oh, that's freaky like Friday. They shot our face, Johnny! They shot our face!
So they were able to shoot the mirror when both Johnnies are taking cover, but they're unable to actually hit neither of them while taking cover. Yeah, that definitely makes a whole lot of sense. No one's getting shot here when they're so close to each other. They might have Aaron Black aim.
Whew. Funny way of saying howdy, partner.
I was saying goodbye.
Now why is a nice Texas boy like Aaron Black in bed with the Black Dragon? Older you works for Kotal Khan. He's one of the good guys, kinda.
When I pick sides, I pick a winner. Every time.
Oh yeah? Well, let's talk about that. In MKX, you joined Kotal Khan. Got your ass beat by literally everyone. In this game, you got your ass beat by Kotal himself and Johnny and even Sonya. You joined forces with Kano and you managed to get your ass beat again. So tell me exactly when you won. Here we have Cassie, strong enough to beat Shinnok, but too weak to beat the lower tier. Why doesn't Johnny Cage just shoot the aircraft? Just one hit, boom! It'll go down. Instead, he'll just stare at the damn thing.
Go back to the 90s. Who's next?
I'm next. Hollywood.
Listen, I get punched in the nuts like that, not only I won't be having kids in the future, but I won't be standing back up after that. Not to mention continue to fight.
Shit. As if throwback me wasn't bad enough.
Oh, it gets bloody worse. Sonya and your little girl, they're gonna die. Right in front of your face.
I don't know if Kano realized this, but he had the chance to kill Cassie, but he left her alive. He has the chance to kill Sonya, but he's going to leave her alive to give her the chance to come back. NetherRealm, you guys are horrible with villainous characters.
No one threatens my family.
There is no reason for Kano to spare Johnny at this moment.
Let's go get them.
Anyone else hear that beeping?
Have I arrived too late?
It appears that the Special Forces plot armor is just as strong as John Marston's plot armor from the first Red Dead Redemption.
As requested, 0 casualties.
Jade, are you all right? We must find Baraka quickly to save Kotal.
Baraka won't join us. Kotal's hate for the Tarkatans runs too deep. If I hadn't stopped him, Kotal would have executed them all.
Yes! Kotal has made it.
Too sincere. There is no way Baraka heard this conversation. Also, how did none of them notice an army of Tarkatans heading towards them?
Speak. You've earned the chance.
Shao Kahn has pitted Outworld's peoples against one another for millennia. And for what? The honor of dying in his wars? We must fight for each other, Baraka, not with each other.
Kotal wants us dead. He said as much to my face.
Actually, he did tell you the reason why you and your Tarkatans were killed. He even gave you a chance to stand by his side.
It is you with no future, Baraka. Your Tarkatans are dead.
Impossible.
They allied with Melina against me. Persist, and you will die again.
How come you don't say that?
You've suffered too long at this pretender's hands. But I've returned, and I will save you from his madness. Only I can rebuild the Empire. All realms will tremble before me. Outworld will again be conquerors, never the conquered!
Saving the hero at the nick of time, cliche.
Where's this boldness been hiding, Kitana? Had you shown it before, I'd have had no need for Melina.
Well, this is because of feminism. At first, it was a little parasite that grew to a very large size within the years. It grew so big that it has powerful companies by the balls and it threatens to ruin them if they don't do as feminists say. NetherRealm Studios is an example. Jade, let's not act like you're surprised. You were watching those two fight and no one did anything.
Surrender, or face the consequences.
Surrender on the brink of victory. You're as feeble-minded as Jared.
King Jared, the father you murdered and stole me from.
I wanted Jared's wife.
Hold on. Was Shao Kahn surprised that Kitana knew he killed her father? I remember him telling Kitana that himself.
You know? You approve? How could you? My own father!
I am your emperor!
Your father was a weakling Adinian king. I annihilated him while merging his realm with Outworld, and took his queen as my wife. If only I had not allowed Sinbel to convince me of your worth. But now, I have a true daughter!
Why is NetherRealm Studios portraying this to be new news when for those who that moment was only the night before?
I'll not inherit your cruelty.
Are you sure about that? Last time I checked, you were about to kill Shao Kahn, but Collector stopped you. Kitana beats Shao Kahn. I mean, it's not anywhere near as bad as Johnny and Cassie beating a fucking Elder God. But honestly, the night before, Kitana was a weak, low self-esteem princess who all of a sudden is strong enough to beat Shao Kahn. Explain this to me, because this is like me being unable to beat Mayweather now, but the next morning I'll be torn with him.
So Sonya's the skank who burns me?
She more than burns you, Cabal. She goes black ops on your ass. Shocks, knives, the bloody works. Patched you back together myself. Well, most of you.
She's dead.
My first question was, why the hell do you care? Now that you know you can prevent it. Yes, all that was a lie. Cabal knows how ruthless and untrustworthy Kano is, yet he still believed the word he said.
Shit. I won't fight him.
Okay, so like my last MK11 Sin video, I'm going to sin the horrible acting portrayed by Ronda Rousey herself.
You'll both die.
Cut this shit. You'll kill us whether we fight or not.
Nah, you called me, love. But put on a good show, eh? It'll be less painful.
Come on. You've been dying to hit me all day. Here's your chance.
And give him the satisfaction of watching us fight? Like hell.
You said it. They'll kill us whether we fight or not. Fighting buys us time to find a way out. So, quit being a diva. Hit me. No way. These people know dive when they see one.
What is it with NetherRealm Studios saving the hero at the nick of time cliche? As badass as that was, Black didn't shoot Johnny in the head. I mean, he was going to do so, but plot armor overpowers all. And if anybody says it's not plot armor, Black shot Johnny faster than I blinked. Why didn't he have the same speed when he was going for the kill? For some reason, Kano didn't notice Sonya on top of the vehicle when a few seconds ago he used his see-through vision to spot them.
Best thing about this future, love? I'm alive, but you're dead as a doornail. Worst thing is, it's those NetherRealm stiffs did you in. Should have been me.
Kano, how many chances did you have to kill Sonya? Remember back when Sonya was on the floor and you had the chance to kill her? How about earlier when you decided to capture her instead of killing the younger Sonya? You being salty is on you. So hurting the past character hurts the current character. That's a little odd and confusing given the fact that Liu Kang and Kung Lao fought their counterparts, yet they were unharmed. The same with Johnny back at the base. NetherRealm Studio is the best when it comes to pulling shit out the ass.
Stay away from my daughter.
Damn, Cassie, was this so hard to give Sonya a heads up?
Every mortal soul contains a lifetime of this power. Every hour, every minute, every second lived is stored within.
Shang Tsung fed off souls. He collected them.
In his well of souls, which remains untouched beneath his island. A destiny I crafted for Shang Tsung, in case I ever had need.
Well, you need it now. You have the power of teleportation. You can just go there instead of sending helpers and achieve the crown yourself. The problem with NetherRealm Studios is that they make their villains, but they forget to add common sense into them. Had there been common sense, Shinnok would have won instantly. Even more with Kronika.
Guess after Shang Tsung died, this place did too. Nobody's home. So much for needing stealth. Should have brought the whole squad.
You thought you and Jax were all you needed to get the crown? Come on, Jackie, you're smarter than that.
Be here longer than we...
Multiple contacts.
How many?
2, but one of them circling us real fast.
At the speed Cabal was going, along with the force Jax swung, Cabal's head should be flying, or he should be unconscious at the very least.
You're not as strong as you think, Jax. As I recall, Sindel made quick work of you.
Yeah, but the same can be said to you as well. But you're nowhere near strong enough to go against Sindel. So you saying this to Jax is like me saying to McGregor that Mayweather will make sure work out of him when he's able to knock me out instantly.
It's drawing souls from the well.
There's no way that thing's unguarded. Let's grab and go before whoever is on duty gets back.
I never left.
So you just hit there and decided to pop out when the time was right?
Who are you?
A deathly shadow. In life, I was called beyond.
For some reason, these shadow figures are ripping them limb from limb like noobs' fatalities.
Jackie, wait. Mind blown.
Dad? How'd you get here?
I'll give you one guess.
Dad, your arms. Those look like Kronika's design. What are you doing?
Giving you the life you deserve. By destroying the universe, restarting it, not destroying it. Being a revenant, the years I lost, the things I did. Your ma held me together, but I was never the father you needed. You're talking nonsense, man. You raised a fine daughter. She's one hell of a soldier. She shouldn't have been a soldier. I never wanted you out there, taking those risks. If I hadn't fallen apart, you wouldn't have felt the need to enlist.
That's not why I do this, Dad.
Please! Give that crown to me. I don't want to hurt anybody.
This is seriously messed up.
Hang back, kid. I know I wouldn't want to fight my dad. How about we keep this between me, myself, and I? Never thought I'd stoop so low. You don't know how bad it gets. Losing your arms was just the beginning. I know you suffered. You still do. But you don't betray your unit. And you sure as hell don't betray your family.
Now this is what I call storytelling. I may be an asshole, but I will give credit where credit is due. -1 cent.
Surrender Kronika's crown and the Elder Jackson Briggs. No harm will come to you.
No deal. We know you betrayed the Elder God Cetrion.
Kronika must restore the balance that Raiden destroyed.
Apart from being a fake-ass version of Poison Ivy, Cetrion is definitely one of the best designed characters in MK11. But because of the zony gameplay that they decided to implement, she's useless. MK11 graphics combined with MKX gameplay, it would be the perfect MK game. Since it's not, it gets this.
You should have aided Kronika, Charon. Now you must suffer.
I am immortal, Devora. You cannot kill me.
This one needs only render you unfit to ferry Kronika's enemies.
Devora clearly can't handle the BBC.
First Shinnok, now Kronika. You fight for lost causes.
This one ensures the Hive's survival.
So you're another Aaron Black right now? Joining another side just to lose? Remember MKX?
Help me keep that promise.
You couldn't do that before the second stab? It's almost like the plot demanded it.
Kronika knew your past sins would distract you. Now this one ends your misery.
Instead of going for that, why didn't you go for the head? They're punching and kicking incredibly hard still. Not to mention they're getting hit by them too. How are they not feeling the pain?
I have died 1,000 deaths to prepare for this battle. My defeat is impossible.
Shut the fuck up. You got your ass beat by younger Sonya. I ain't trying to hear it.
I will suffer you no more.
He sees those giant chains are about to fall on him, yet he stands there waiting for it to fall on him.
Drowning cannot kill me, Raiden.
That is unfortunate for you. The sea of blood is bottomless. You will fall forever.
So here's my question. Why doesn't Garrus teleport so he can free himself from the chains? If for some reason he can't, why doesn't Chronicle teleport him out? He's immortal, therefore he won't permanently die. Here's another segment of plot armor. Jax has 3 cyborgs grabbing him. Those cyborgs have the strength to rip him apart. So remember when the soul is taken out of someone and they're instantly dead? Why didn't Liu Kang die here? He doesn't have a soul. That means living Liu Kang should be dead and Revenant Liu Kang should be non-existent. But of course, NetherRealm Studios decides when plot makes sense or not.
Out of desperation comes invention. I had not thought it possible for Raiden to surprise me. Our success is no longer certain. We must make haste.
You have the crown. You have unlimited power. You can reverse time, stop time. You have the power to end all of existence. You have an Elder God by your damn side. If Chronicle was even a little as determined as Shang Tsung, it would have been game over. When Jax does his ground and pound, the impact surrounds him. For some odd reason, the people behind him didn't get hit by it. So is Jax all of a sudden able to control where the impact is going to?
And hell yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, you're not gonna tell me they didn't get overrun by all these demons.
Whatever happens, I am honored to fight at your side.
Likewise, Liu Kang.
Me too, brother. May the Elder Gods protect us.
Oh, you mean the Elder Gods that never did anything to help? Yeah, in MK9, they decided to help at the last minute when most of the combatants were killed. What about Cetrion? She's an Elder God. She knows she's doing wrong by aiding Kronika, yet she still sides with evil. Also, the rest of the Elder Gods are dead. Who exactly are they going to help?
Raiden's gift shields you from the power of the hourglass. Regardless, your allies are gone, while mine remain to defend me. Finish him!
Earthrealm's Jinsei flows within you. Let it fuel your fire.
Mortal Kombat's version of Super Saiyan.
Now stand down. I have no wish to harm you.
Harry, you already killed me. My fate was sealed the moment I joined you at Raiden's side. It's a mistake I won't repeat in the new era.
Damn, you Revenants are worse than liberals. Can you keep your story straight? How the hell was Liu Kang responsible for your death? Better yet, why were you his empress in the NetherRealm?
You are right to fear mine and Raiden's powers combined.
A demigod's power cannot rival that of an elder god.
You were saying? You know, all you have to do is tilt Kronika over and she'll break in pieces. Also, how can someone stronger than an Elder God be killed? As both Raiden and Shinnok said, it's impossible to kill an Elder God. The Aftermath DLC was $40. $40 to finish the story a year later. We'll just add 40 cents to that. If I bought the DLC, I know what I'm playing.
Cease, Liu Kang, before you doom us all.
Shang Tsung?
Wolf, Fujin, what are you?
Cease your magic before the hourglass shatters.
Even here at the dawn of time, you spew lies and deceit. We will not hear it.
In defeating Kronika, you destroyed her crown. Without it, you can't restart history. The hourglass will shatter. All realms will be lost.
Fujin, is this true?
Kronika's every action was taken to ensure her crown's preparation. She would not dare to restart history without it. How do you know this?
Kronika came to each of us. For our help, she offered places in her new era. For refusing her, we were banished to a void beyond time.
See, this is why I say NetherRealm Studios are horrible with their villains. They make their villains so stupid that it makes me wonder what is the point of making these villains? Why didn't Kronika kill all three of them? She's more than able to. Freeze time on them and turn them into human-like sushi.
Why are we listening to this snake?
Because I am a snake who's toiled beside Kronika, learning her secrets. I know them. Do you?
I gave credit to Hiroyuki Tagawa in my last MK Sins video, and I'm giving him the credit again. This man stole the show.
How is it you conspire against Kronika? Did her promises of grandeur not suit you?
She wanted me to be her pawn, not her partner. She sculpted my entire existence to serve her, to collect souls for her crown. When my purpose was served, she betrayed me, casting me into the void.
Well, it's not like she cast you into the void when you made the crown. She casted you because you refused to help her.
We will proceed with your plan, Shang Tsung. I must stay behind to operate the hourglass. But Nightwolf and Fujin will go with you to supervise.
I welcome the assistance.
I will join you.
Raiden, you're powerless and Shang Tsung can easily kill you and steal your soul. What are you gonna do if Shang Tsung decides to betray you?
Have faith in Fujin and Nightwolf.
If I have faith in anyone, it is you, brother.
Oh no, we're just gonna forget Nightwolf sacrificed himself to kill Sindel. Nah, fuck Nightwolf, right?
I will try to send you back to the Time Merger. You should have enough time to claim the crown before Cetrion delivers it to Kronika.
Your confidence is inspiring.
As the Keeper of Time, I am still a novice, Nightwolf.
And somehow you know how to work the hourglass.
Kitana has defeated Shao Kahn.
He always had more ego than skill.
Yeah? Since when? Last time she was alive, she always took orders and was afraid of Shao Kahn. She even got her ass beat by Smoke. Get the fuck out of here.
Nightwolf, Shang Tsung, come. Kronika is keen to question you.
Shang Tsung is an absolute badass. I gotta give it to NetherRealm Studios for the choreography. -1 cent. So I'm confused here. Are these cyborgs made out of flesh or metal? If you look at the beginning of the game, we saw the corpse being sliced open. The only thing that's not damaged is the brain. Frost's fatality shows that too. The only thing that is needed is the brain. So explain to me, what is the point of the flesh inside the cyborgs?
Is he finished?
Are you really asking that given the fact that you're aware that he can't be killed?
I am eternal, Fujin. My will and my strength, infinite.
You know, for a character with infinite strength and is unable to be killed, you're the most useless character I've ever seen in anything. You're more useless than Lamar from GTA 5. You lost every battle. If you're trying to kill him, you should have kept him on the ground. Explain this to me. Garrus just embarrassed all three of them on a 3 versus 1. Nightwolf gets up to fight him alone and somehow Nightwolf wins. This is why I say NetherRealm Studios is the king of plot demands.
Was that necessary?
To buy us time. We must be rid of him before he recovers.
Fujin, summon the wind.
Where did you send him?
Chaos Realm. Havoc will keep him entertained.
Mentioning Havoc, but we still don't have him as a character. Not even DLC.
Is it possible that... Great Spirit.
What is it?
My Revenant. He is close.
Wow, does this create plot holes? Nightwolf is feeling some pain because he's close to his Revenant. But earlier when both Liu Kang and Kung Lao fought their Revenants, they're not phased one bit. In a bit he's going to fight and he will no longer be phased by it. This is a pretty cool power Liu Kang learned. Too bad he will no longer use this move again.
You will die by your own hands.
Harming me only hurts you.
My sacrifice will save the Matoka.
But Nightwolf is already dead. He was already killed. So if he kills the living Nightwolf, Revenant Nightwolf dies too? When he's already dead? Oh, okay.
So there he was, neck deep in shit, cowering at the business end of an outhouse. He picked a bad place to hide, and an even worse place to die.
Follow my lead.
Where is Shiva? And the coffin? What secret did you plan to bury here?
It is the Khan's business, Baraka.
We're equal partners, remember? The Khan's business is my business. You are not Shokan. I know that scent. Smells like Shang Tsung.
If you knew that was Shang Tsung, why didn't you go for the head? Because the plot didn't demand it?
How's that for strange bedfellows? What do you say we skip the preliminaries and y'all come with us quietly? We'll have a nice, friendly chat with Kitana Khan.
There's no time for chat. We must get to the Soul Chamber urgently.
And go on and get to it. But we're taking Shang Tsung. And that coffin.
My sincere apologies.
Tarkatan blood is shed. You will atone, Shiva.
Were you not warned? Tarkatans are all mouth and no ears.
Don't forget brains. You're going to tell me Black not only survives that punch, but he also gets up as well? I don't give a damn if this is a game. That is very sinful.
What in Argus's name is happening out here? Shang Tsung. I thought I saw you slither away from the Colosseum.
You could not have seen him. You were too busy freeing Kodo and fighting Shao Kahn warriors.
You have yet to convince me. Even if you do, the Soul Chamber is occupied. Kotal uses it to mend his broken spine. Disrupting him now could leave his injuries permanent.
Yeah, you say that, but when Shiva fights Kodo, he will not be permanently damaged.
Queen Shiva.
Kitana Khan,
Hold your tongue. Jade told me everything. Nothing good can come from that sorcerer's hands.
he will restore your mother, Kitana Khan.
For 1,000 years, I've dreamed of seeing her alive again. But her soul deserves better than to be corrupted by Shang Tsung. This perversion ends now. How quickly your oath to me has broken, Shiva.
Well, you forget Shiva was your mother's protector for life. She would do anything to bring her back. That includes stopping you.
Forgive me, Kitana Khan.
So what's going on here? Kitana embarrassingly destroyed Shao Kahn when she was so weak. Shiva cannot be Shao Kahn. But here you have Shiva putting Kitana on the floor like she's nothing. The power inconsistencies make so many plot holes in this to the point that it's just laughable. NetherRealm Studios shows these big ass titties, but for some reason they said these female characters shouldn't be dressed so sexually.
Am I alive? Is this real?
It is, Lady Sindel. A miracle we could not have achieved without your most loyal subject.
Shiva?
Empress, though today I have aided you, too often have I failed to protect you. I am not worthy.
Oh, nonsense. Today, you give me the greatest gift. A second chance. Your duty is fulfilled. I am in your debt now.
Thank you, Empress.
Where is my daughter?
Sindel asks where's Kitana when she's literally right in front of her.
Kitana. It is me, Kitana. Your mother.
I want to feel joy, but all I feel is... I was only a child when you... How could you kill yourself? Why did you abandon me?
I did neither, Katana. After being forced to wed Shao Kahn, I ran afoul of Quan Chi. He accused me of distracting Shao Kahn. Then the miscreant murdered me and staged my death as a suicide.
If that's so, why didn't you confront Quan Chi about it when you first saw him? Now, I'm aware of the spell blocking her memory, but if she remembered her daughter, that means she would remember what Quan Chi did.
Sindel has been restored. Shang Tsung would only undertake such an arduous task if her aid promised a decisive advantage.
She is but one mortal.
And one of the few who can harm you.
I fear no harm.
They are at Shang Tsung's island.
Your crown. Shang Tsung knows.
Then our time for preparation is over. Go to the island now.
How come you're just now getting the crown? Better yet, why don't you go with Cetrion? You just told her that Sindel's one of the few that can harm her. Why not make sure you get the crown? Had you gone, I'm sure there is no one that could stop you from getting it. But of course, NetherRealm Studios will put plot demands along with no common sense in their games.
You were to defeat me.
I am not finished yet.
Sindel, you do realize you have the power to levitate, right? Shouldn't you have done that before landing on the ground?
Abide Kronika's will.
Nightwolf, Cetrion is an elder god. She can't be killed with your sacrifice. This dumbass move only made you weak and nothing towards her.
Well, Shang Tsung, your strategy proved sound after all.
Of course it did.
Jax and Jackie arrived at the island with multiple other men when before it was just them two.
You're ahead, Shang Tsung.
You too, Sindel. That hair so much as twitches.
Ease up, baby girl.
Dad? How did you get here?
We're all on the same side against Kronika.
Yes. And now we must bring this to Raiden.
Is that a crown?
You're on a mission to acquire the damn crown. How do you not know what that is? Perhaps the writers didn't know what to have Jackie say here. If that's the case, that's very sinful. So the difficulty level in MK9 was perfect. It was hard, but it took practice. But so many people cried so much that NetherRealm Studios decided to baby them. For example, these 2-on-1 tag teams. But in MK11, beating one opponent is the equivalent of one round. Developers, stop babying these players and let them learn how to play the damn game. It's part of the reason why most players today are such whiny bitches.
Surely you jest, Lord Fujin. Not at all, Liu Kang. Raiden's power makes you a fire god.
Of course it does.
Kung Lao, envy is a nasty trait.
Lord Fujin, Shang Tsung, I trust you are enjoying your travels.
Damn, that is some disrespect to Raiden if I didn't see one. Kronika, who is above Elder Gods, referred to Fujin as Lord and called Shang Tsung, but purposely left out Raiden. This ain't a sin, I just wanted to point that out.
You must decide, Raiden. Who do you wish to keep time for all of creation? Me or Shang Tsung?
Neither, Kronika. You will be beaten. And if Shang Tsung betrays us, we will finish him.
You are a fool, Raiden. Do not condemn the realms to oblivion.
At this point, why didn't she turn all three of them into sand? Had she done that, she would have won. I almost hope NetherRealm Studios doesn't include Onaga in a future MK game. They're bound to make him as dumb as a liberal.
Brother, are you all right?
Yes.
Fujin, who is god of wind, equal to Raiden, god of thunder, becomes astronomically fatigued when he uses the crown, but Jackie, a human being, doesn't, despite Centurion warning Jackie about the consequences of wearing the crown.
Your mind is too frail to wield Kronika's weapon. For your own safety, remove it.
So Netherrealm, can you guys explain this nonsense to me?
We will rendezvous at the Isle of Kronika. The fools believe victory is at hand. Their misplaced confidence will be their demise.
Such a pity my daughter embraces their sentimental values.
Having second thoughts, Sindel?
Hardly. Kitana courts a peasant and obeys the Thunder God.
This never did surprise me. NetherRealm Studios is the king of retcons, and Sindel was bound to have a role of betrayal.
Doesn't know when to quit. Let's finish him.
I love how those two aren't even blocking the impact of Sindel's scream from Shao Kahn, and yet he's not even fazed by it.
Wife, it's you.
Hush, husband. I'm here. The Soul Chamber will heal your wounds. Then we'll discipline Kitana and take back our throne.
Empress? Tell me I misheard.
Shiva, what the hell are you doing here? I love how these characters appear out of nowhere at the perfect time.
Kitana murdered your Shokan brethren. Shiva challenged her and suffered this punishment.
The fact that these warriors believe there is a major sin. Kitana is off to battle Kronika aiding Raiden. When did Kitana have the time for that? What about the fact that Shiva will expose Sindel for her treachery? Sindel, you also told Shiva enemies must be crushed so they won't have the chance to rise again. She became your enemy once she learned about your ways. Why didn't you crush her?
Shao Kahn, Sindel, come with me. Kronika has need of you. Kronika? Where was she when Kitana stole my throne?
Well, she didn't steal it. She claimed it. It's not stealing if you weren't Khan yet. I'm confused. Wouldn't that scream from Sindel make her opponent's head explode? But as sinful as that is, the reality is that Garrett stood against Shao Kahn and Sindel when he got his ass beat by Sonya.
Deal with the jester. I'll school this unruly giant.
You school me? You know I toasted Shinnok, right?
Ha! Shinnok schemed because he was worthless in battle. That you beat him only proves that true.
Actually, no. Shinnok is an elder god. He is much more powerful than Shao Kahn for damn sure. This is NetherRealm Studio trying to cover their errors. NetherRealm Studio probably believes this little gesture is enough to have fans forgive them. They were wrong. Where's that mysterious unhidden powers of yours, Cassie? You beat Shinnok with it, remember?
Those women are braver and stronger than 50 of you put together. Okay, bozos. No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat. You wanna get nuts? Oh, let's get nuts.
You wanted to get nuts? There you have it. Also, Shao Kahn just demolished Johnny's head with that hammer. There is no way he's alive. His head should have been flying till this day. The only reason younger Johnny isn't dead is because NetherRealm Studios doesn't want to kill him off. Why does it matter? You guys already restarted the whole franchise. Again.
Nobody is hiding, Shao Kahn. Not after your epic failure at the Colosseum.
His epic failure? Yeah, no, you don't get to call out his failure when one, you didn't get to see it, and two, you failed first.
Now, snapping your neck would be too easy for you. Tell me, did your masters teach you?
Well, the great Kung Lao, I hope you can swim, but that's not a sin. The sin is the fact that Kung Lao can teleport, and for some reason, we won't see him again.
Please, Mother. What spell has Shao Kahn used on you this time?
Naive girl. Your mother is not bewitched. She never has been.
She had a husband and a kingdom, and you took them away!
Oh, Kitana. My first husband, your father, was a fool. Jared believed that we were no better than commoners. He refused to assert the privileges of our throne. He traded away our powers, our divine rights. Edenia grew weak and vulnerable. Then Shao Kahn invaded, embracing his power, taking what was his. Here was a man unashamed to assert his privilege, and who vowed to protect mine. I had found my true love, and to consecrate our bond, I killed Jared for him.
Yeah, but if that's true, why did Shao Kahn tell Kitana he killed her father and took his wife?
Your father was a weakling Edenian king. I annihilated him while merging his realm with Outworld, and took his queen as my wife.
Also, let's not forget when Quan Chi told Shao Kahn he will return her, referring to Sindel.
I will return her to you, of course. You will find her much more cooperative.
So why did Quan Chi needed to place a spell on Sindel to be on Shao Kahn's side if she willingly sided with Shao Kahn in the first place? This is the reason retcons are not only lazy, but a very dumb way to change the story. It does more harm than good because it creates massive amount of plot holes.
Grovel before me, boy.
Now that is racist.
It is genius, you pathetic fool.
This is the same Liu Kang that took out Shao Kahn when Kung Lao was killed. What happened? Shao didn't receive a power-up. Two lovers in danger trying to reach for each other's hands cliche.
Kitana shall be put in chains. Let her suffer the anguish of defeat.
You made Kitana your enemy the second you betrayed her. Remember what you told Shiva?
She lacked the resolve to kill him. Now she will learn. Enemies must be crushed, lest they rise again.
How come you don't kill her now? You have the chance and power to do so. Is it because NetherRealm Studios prevents that since that'll kill off Revenant Kitana? If so, that screams plot demands for me.
Time after time, Kronika's schemes have pitted us against each other. That cycle must end, Liu Kang.
You will have to kill me.
I would rather save you.
I have a couple problems with this. Revenant Liu is just now feeling the pain when Shao Kahn smashes Liv and Liu's legs. But what about when Liu and Kitana were reaching for each other's hands and Shao Kahn stomped on his hand, which indicated he crushed Liu's hand? Why didn't Revenant Liu show any reaction to that?
Shao Kahn. He smashed my legs.
Hey Raiden, you have the power to heal someone, right? Why don't you heal Liu's legs? Maybe that way he will join you for what is to come.
There's the Sindel I remember.
How the hell are you seeing Sindel from that distance?
Fujin, the crown. I must wield it against Sindel and Shao Kahn.
I will do it. Save your strength for Liu Kang.
No, brother. The crown is our burden to share.
I cannot believe Fujin fell for this. When did Raiden ever ask to have the crown? He has the amulet. What the hell does he need the crown for?
Your lies are revealed, sorcerer.
Shang Tsung?
You should be more vigilant, Fujin. Now bear witness.
You know, if I was one of them, I would immediately take the crown away from Shang Tsung since he still has the crown away from his head. So Kronika held the crown. Fujin held the crown. Jackie held the crown. Even Fire God Liu Kang held the damn crown. Now that Shang Tsung has the crown, he becomes so powerful that his clothes changes.
This has always been your endgame, hasn't it? From the moment you are trapped in the void.
Kronika was wise to banish me. With this crown, I am her equal.
Your evil will not triumph.
As badass as this fight is, for some very odd reason, we will not see Red Lightning Raiden with the power of Shinnok's amulet versus Shang Tsung.
Finish them!
Shao Kahn can beat Revenant Katana, but the living one who is younger and lacked confidence in MK9 slaughters him. The level of inconsistency in this franchise is more confusing than the movie Inception.
You may wear my crown, but you are not a Titan.
Kronika appears to think that because Shang Tsung isn't a Titan, she can't be beat. What has she done this entire game? Stayed in this room and control that stupid hourglass. Instead of doing that and rely on her useless minions, including Garrus, she should have taken matters into her own hands.
Time and destiny are now mine to command. Every realm will bend to my will.
Cease before you doom us all.
You know, for some reason, NetherRealm Studio loves repeating the beginning of the events. For example, in MK9, Raiden was fighting Shao Kahn. At the end of MK9, Raiden fought Shao Kahn again. In MKX, Johnny Cage beat Shinnok. At the end, Cassie Cage beat Shinnok. In the Aftermath DLC, Shang Tsung appeared out of nowhere and stopped Liu Kang from using the hourglass. Now we have Liu Kang stopping Shang Tsung from using the hourglass, saying the same thing as Shang Tsung said to Liu.
I see now. The hourglass showed that only I could wield the crown against Kronika successfully. You let me win. And to ensure victory, you sacrificed the lives of your friends. How deliciously cold-blooded.
They are not gone, Shang Tsung. They will live again in my new era.
Your new era. You underestimate my prowess, Chosen One. I have the crown. I have absorbed Kronika's power. You may have attained godhood, but I am the keeper of time. You are no match for me.
I have to side with Shang Tsung here. I mean, he stole the soul of Nightwolf, someone who turned Sindel into the tiniest speck of dust. He stole the souls of Raiden and Fujin. These are two gods with enormous amount of power with millions of years of experience. He stole the souls of Shao Kahn and Sindel, two monstrous villains that conquered realms. He just absorbed Kronika, who literally absorbed Cetrion, an elder god. Plus, he's holding the crown that gives him unlimited power. Liu Kang is powerful now for sure, but he should be nowhere near as powerful as Shang Tsung.
Kung Lao.
Where did you... Who are you?
I am Lord Liu Kang, God of Thunder and Fire.
God of... Forgive my disrespect, my lord.
Enough, Kung Lao. You are humble, not like the Kung Lao I knew.
The Kung Lao you knew?
A story for another time. I have chosen you as my champion, Kung Lao. We have work to do. You must be prepared. Trained.
Trained? For what?
So it appears NetherRealm Studios will be working on the Great Kung Lao, which will be awesome. I will wait patiently for that. Hopefully NetherRealm Studios won't be as naive, but only time will tell. Also, I mentioned this before, but that little statue Kung Lao was polishing was the heirloom that Raiden gave to Kun Jin back in MKX.
It has begun.
found you. It's me. It's Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan?
Are you alright?
You shouldn't be here.